Values are, it's an interesting question because values we see in every company, written down, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is, 2, whatever. Integrity, innovation, respect for the individual, so on and so forth. Um, so say delighting the customer, so many values we see.
Yeah.
And I have often asked people, how do you live these values? And they couldn't answer, many of the executives. So what we know is they're just nice words, not necessary tenets of culture. They're not the doctrines that need to be followed. They're nice pieces, phrases written down in the corridors. So for example, hospitals talk about, some of the hospitals, that saving lives is the most important thing. And even in death, they don't forgive you the money. And then sometimes they have been hauled up for doing things which are not ethical. So in a large number of organizations, we see that they don't live their values, but values are contracts that you actually make with the society, with the community, with your employees on how should we behave, how will we operate. And violation of the values are violations of contract. That is how you promise you'll do your business. The problem with organizations is they don't write down the values in terms of the behaviors expected. So when we say respect for the individual, it could be mean that, do I listen with complete attention and factor in those suggestions in the solutions to see if they are possible to be factored in or not is another matter. Do I try to factor them in? So when I say integrity, do I do what I profess, preach? Do I keep my promises to the customer? So when they are converted to behaviors, they can be actually measured because they're observable, they're measurable. And a violation can be pointed out. If not, it doesn't really matter. Even when converted to behaviors by a consultant, it holds little water. They need to be discussed. The best actually value conversions to behavior happens by the teams themselves, happens within the organization. You can get the facilitator to facilitate that process, but it must emerge from within rather than be dictated from without. What is important to you? Values should tell you what is it we value, what is important to us, how shall we operate. So the more you can live those values through the behaviors that we all agreed on, the more there is congruence between what you have promised and what you have done. That, I believe, is essential for an organization. So that's why they must be measured as a part of your performance. It's because in an organization, if you actually meet your sales target but leave 100 dead bodies, is it okay? So we see the behaviors absent, the business results probably okay. Both are necessary. Values dictate the behaviors, they need to be measured.